Ever get that feeling, like when you just look up at the night sky and it's stars everywhere? Kind of makes you feel small, but in a good way, like you're part of something huge.
It's a universal experience, that feeling of awe and wonder when we gaze upon the cosmos.
Totally. And for today's deep dive, you've sent us on a mission to uncover the secrets of a star you can actually spot yourself Regulus.
And it's a star well worth knowing. Regulus isn't just any star in the night sky, it's actually the brightest star in the constellation Leo.
The Lion. Okay, that's cool. But there are a lot of bright stars out there. So give us the sales pitch. Why is Regulus so special?
Well, for starters, it's the 21st brightest star we can see from Earth. That means on a clear night, no fancy telescope needed, you can look up and there it is. But what makes Regulus truly fascinating is what we don't immediately see.
Ooh, I love where this is going. Like a cosmic magic trick. Okay, what's the reveal?
Regulus isn't just one star. It's a system of four stars bound together by gravity.
Hold on. Four stars. Okay, now I'm picturing like something out of Star Wars. Are they all just doing their own thing up there or what?
Well, they're all locked in a sort of gravitational dance. The star we see shining so brightly, that's Regulus A, the star of the show, and it's a blue giant. Much hotter, much brighter than our own sun. But it has a secret.
Okay, now you have to tell me. A blue giant with a secret. This is better than reality TV.
Regulus A is dancing with a partner we can't actually see directly, a white dwarf star. We know it's there because of its pull on Regulus A.
So invisible to us, but still calling the shots gravitationally at least. We've got two more stars in this system, right? What's their deal?
A bit further out, we have Regulus B, a more common orange dwarf star, and then Regulus C, a red dwarf. It's incredible when you think about the sheer scale of what we're talking about. Who knows what else is hiding out there that we haven't even detected yet?
Makes you realize we could be missing entire cosmic dances just
Uh,
because we haven't looked the right way yet. But okay, enough teasing. How do we actually find this star system? I need to be able to point it out and sound impressive.
Finding Regulus is surprisingly simple, even for beginner stargazers. You just need to know what to look for.
Okay, well, you're talking to the person who gets lost in well-lit parking lots, so try to keep it simple for me.
Okay, picture a backwards question mark in the sky.
A backwards question mark.
Yeah, that's the sickle of Leo. Regulus sits right at the bottom, marking the heart of the lion.
A backwards question mark. I can work with that. I'm already feeling more confident about my stargazing skills.
And here's a bonus tip for anyone listening in the Northern Hemisphere. You can use the Big Dipper to find Regulus too. Just imagine a line extending down from the two stars at the end of the Big Dipper's bowl and the first bright star you hit. That'll be Regulus.
It's like having a built-in GPS for the night sky. That's incredibly useful, but kind of makes you think, looking up at Regulus, it isn't just looking at a point of light, it's like looking back in time.
Exactly. For thousands of years, people have been captivated by Regulus. And like any celestial celebrity, it's earned a few nicknames along the way.
Oh, I love a good nickname story. Give us the highlights.
Well, Regulus itself actually means little king in Latin, which is fitting considering its brilliance and position in Leo, but it's also been called Cor Leonis, meaning lion heart, speaking to its perceived, courage and strength.
I'm sensing a theme here. This little king has made a big impression.
Definitely. Even 5,000 years ago, Babylonian astronomers called it Sharu, meaning the king. It was considered one of the four royal stars in their celestial calendar.
It's incredible how civilizations across time and cultures have all been drawn to this star. It adds another layer of wonder to it all, don't you think? It's
Yeah.
like we're all connected by our fascination with the cosmos.
Absolutely. And that fascination extends even to our modern world. Regulus pops up more than you might think in pop culture.
No way. I knew there was a reason I liked that star. Are we talking books? Movies? What kind of cameos are we talking about?
Well, if you're a sci-fi fan, Regulus has had its share of the spotlight. It's been featured in shows like Babylon 5 and even Star Trek.
Okay, I knew there was a reason that name rang a bell.
Yeah.
It's like meeting a celebrity in the wild, or at least in the vastness of space.
Right. And it's not just sci-fi. Even the Harry Potter universe gets in on the act. J.K. Rowling named Regulus Black Sirius Black's brother after this star.
Okay, that's officially the coolest Harry Potter trivia I've learned all year. But wait, we were talking about how there's more to Regulus than meets the eye. Something about its shape.
Yes, this is where it gets really interesting. We tend to picture stars as perfect spheres, right?
Totally. Round, smooth, like a giant fiery marble.
Well, buckle up because Regulus throws a bit of a curveball. Literally, it's actually egg-shaped.
Hold on. Egg-shaped, as in like a giant cosmic egg? How does that even happen?
Yeah. It's all thanks to centrifugal force. Regulus spins so fast, a full rotation in just 16 hours, that it actually bulges at its equator, giving it this unique shape.
16 hours. Wow.
Yeah.
I could barely get dressed and out the door in 16 hours.
Yeah.
To put that into perspective, how long does it take our sun to spin once?
Our sun is much more relaxed, taking a leisurely 27 days or so.
Okay, so Regulus is basically the cosmic equivalent of a figure skater pulling their arms in for a spin. It's mind-boggling, but also it kind of makes sense.
It does, and it challenges our assumptions about how stars form and behave. They're not just static, unchanging objects. They're dynamic, evolving, and sometimes surprisingly wobbly.
Wobbly, egg-shaped, and full of surprises. I'm starting to think Regulus is the life of the cosmic party. But hold on, before we get too caught up in the excitement, we were talking about its location and how that leads to some pretty cool celestial events. For those of us planning our stargazing calendars. What's the inside scoop?
You're right. Regulus isn't shy about putting on a show. Its position in the sky means it's perfectly placed for some fascinating close encounters.
By close encounters, are we talking like cosmic fender benders? Should we be worried?
Nothing to worry about. I'm talking about occultations, which sounds a lot more dramatic than it is. It's simply when something passes in front of a star from our view here on Earth.
Okay, so like a cosmic game of peekaboo? Who's playing along with Regulus?
The moon does this fairly often, but there's a much rarer event coming up. Mark your calendars. October 1st, 2044, Venus is set to occult Regulus.
Venus occulting Regulus. I'm already planning my watch party.
Yeah.
But honestly, isn't it incredible how much we can learn just from watching where the stars are in relation to each other?
It's a testament to how astronomers have been unraveling the mysteries of the universe for centuries. Remember, we were talking about Regulus's wobble.
Yeah, like a cosmic tell about its hidden companion. I feel like we're back to doing space detective work.
Exactly. By carefully observing that wobble, astronomers can actually estimate the mass of that invisible white dwarf.
Wait, seriously. So even though we can't see the white dwarf, we can tell how much it weighs. That's some next-level science right there.
It is. And it's not just about the white dwarf. Analyzing how stars in a multiple star system, interact can tell us a lot about the mass and even the age of the stars themselves.
It's like each system has its own story to tell, which makes you think, what would it be like to actually be in the Regulus system? Could there be planets there? And if so, what would the sky look like?
Now, there's a question that's kept science fiction writers busy for years. It's fun to imagine, isn't it? Instead of one sun, you might have 2 or even 3 suns illuminating the sky.
Okay, now I'm picturing something out of a fantasy novel. A
Oh,
sky with swirled colors, double sunsets.
exactly. You might even experience multiple sunrises and sunsets in a single day. Or I suppose day wouldn't be quite the right word, given that you'd have multiple suns dictating the cycles of light and darkness.
Okay, that's blowing my mind a little bit. And I bet the constellations will look totally different too.
Absolutely. The familiar patterns we see from Earth would be completely scrambled. Orion's belt, the Big Dipper. Forget about it.
It makes you realize how much our perspective shapes what we see in the universe, and that there could be countless other perspectives out there, each one just as valid as our own.
It's a humbling thought, and it speaks to the vastness and diversity of the universe we live in.
It really does make you realize how much more there is to discover out there. But for now, I guess we'll just have to be content with our single sun system and our familiar constellations, and maybe a few more Regulus facts. Speaking of which, we talked about it being part of a system of 4 stars. Are there any other cosmic characters lurking out there that we haven't met yet?
Well, that's the thing about astronomy, isn't it? There's always that potential for new discoveries, even in systems we think we understand. Recent observations have hinted at the possibility of even more companions orbiting Regulus.
Hold on, more stars. Are we talking like a full-blown cosmic family reunion now?
It's still a bit of a mystery, but some astronomers believe there might be a 5th very faint star, or perhaps even a brown dwarf, lurking in the outskirts of the system.
A brown dwarf. Aren't those the cosmic misfits that never quite made it as a star?
Exactly. They're like the awkward cousins of the stellar world. They didn't quite have enough mass to ignite the same kind of nuclear fusion as a regular star.
So like a star that's perpetually trying to get its pilot light to catch. Poor brown dwarfs. But still, finding one in the Regulus system, that would be incredible. How would we even go about looking for something like that?
It's all about gravity. Even these smaller, fainter objects have a gravitational pull. And that pull can be detected by how it affects the movements of the other stars in the system.
So it's like trying to find a hidden planet by the way it makes its star wobble. Except in this case, it's a brown dwarf hiding out in a four-star system. Talk about a cosmic needle in a haystack.
It's a challenge for sure.
Mhm.
But with our increasingly powerful telescopes and observational techniques, we're getting better and better at finding these hidden gems.
It makes you wonder what else is hiding out there in plain sight, just waiting to be discovered. It's enough to make your head spin. Speaking of spinning, didn't we talk about how Regulus is rotating so quickly that it's actually egg-shaped? It's like Regulus read the cosmic handbook on being a star and decided to just toss it out the window, spinning at crazy speeds, hanging out with all its star friends. It's the ultimate cosmic rebel.
You could say that. But even rebels have to follow the laws of physics eventually. And when it comes to stars, those laws dictate that their dazzling performances can't last forever.
Okay, so what's the encore for a star like Regulus? Will it go out with a bang or fade away quietly?
Given its size and mass, Regulus is headed for a truly spectacular finale. It'll eventually burn through the hydrogen fueling its core and evolve into a red supergiant.
Red supergiant. Those are the ones that get absolutely massive, right? Like swallowing up their neighbors massive.
Exactly. We're talking hundreds of times larger than its current size. Imagine Regulus ballooning outwards, engulfing the orbits of its closest companions. Maybe even that elusive white dwarf.
Whoa, talk about going out in a blaze of glory. It's like a cosmic house party that gets a little out of hand. But what happens after the expansion? Does it just stay a giant forever?
The expansion is just the prelude to the grand finale. Eventually, the core of that red supergiant will collapse under its own weight, triggering a supernova explosion.
A supernova. Now, that's what I call going out with a bang. I've heard those are some of the most energetic events in the universe.
They are, and when Regulus goes supernova, it'll be a sight to behold. From Earth, it'll appear brighter than a full moon, visible even during the day.
Wow. A daytime star. That's one way to leave a lasting impression. So I'm guessing this won't be happening anytime soon, right?
Fortunately, no. We're safe to admire Regulus for quite a while longer. Astronomers estimate it has a few 100 million years left in its current state.
A few 100 million years. Okay, that's a relief, because there's plenty of time to keep learning its secrets and appreciate its brilliance. So we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about Regulus's multiple star system, its egg shape, its eventual fate as a supernova. What's the one big takeaway you hope people remember from all of this?
I think the biggest takeaway is that the universe is full of surprises. Even something as seemingly simple as a single point of light in the sky can have a rich history, a complex structure, and a future full of dramatic change.
I love that. It's a great reminder that there's always more to discover, even in the things we think we know. So the next time you're looking up at the night sky and you spot Regulus, that bright star in Leo, remember, you're not just seeing a star, you're seeing a cosmic time capsule, a testament to the incredible forces at work in our universe.
Beautifully said. And who knows what new secrets Regulus will reveal in the years to come.
That's the beauty of astronomy, isn't it? It's a never-ending journey of discovery. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder the mysteries of the cosmos. This has been The Deep Dive, your guide to the most fascinating corners of the universe. Until next time, happy stargazing.